Good afternoon. Happy Thursday from quarantine. Welcome to another week of Caitlin's Music City Skinny. It is a good day. The sun is shining here in Nashville today, which is not something that we see very often, at least not in like the last 6 to 8 weeks. So with the sun shining, I'm feeling good about things. I know that like we're in a really crazy time in this world and life in general. But I believe in just the power of your words, the power of your thoughts. And so just by saying simple things like it's a good day, just starts to make a difference in how you feel. Because I know, again, this time is tough for everybody. But I really think it's important to keep a positive mindset during this time and just continue to realize, like I think something that has just kind of been sitting on my mind and my heart the last 24 hours because I started seeing everybody post about, things that they're feeling they're getting robbed of or that they're missing out on because like we're supposed to stay at home. And I understand how difficult that is. And I understand that so well, but it just started to hit me. Like, I know that when you're in quarantine, you're by yourself, so it can seem like it's all about me. But at the end of the day, this, like, staying at home is not about you and it's not about me. It's about protecting our loved ones that we're all concerned about. And it's also about protecting our healthcare workers and those who are on the front line of this thing. So, just remember, like, again, just if you can pull yourself out of that mentality of me, and really think about others and just focus on the gratitude for the things that you do have right now. So let's dive into the topic today, which is buying and selling during the social distancing period. I know that it can seem weird. It can almost seem counterproductive to staying at home. And so that's why I just kind of wanted to walk you guys through different procedures that are in place right now. Because real estate here in Tennessee is still considered an essential service. So real estate is still moving forward. So when it comes to buying and selling, what does it look like during this time period? Well, for buyer, let's start on the buying side. So, and this is something that I've actually been doing, the last couple of weeks. So doing video FaceTime, taking videos and sending to buyers, those things are essential right now because it is still super important to limit your, leaving your home. It's still super important just to limit your close proximity with other people. So one big thing right now is if you do not feel comfortable going out, ask your agent to go do a FaceTime from the home or ask them to go take video. And not just of the home, of the neighborhood as well, especially if you don't know the area, asking them, even if they're driving in their car, just to kind of take a video to show you what the neighborhood looks like so you can start to get a feel for it. And make sure that they're also taking videos of, going through, opening the doors that you would want to opening the closets, just really going through and having your agent walk through as if you were there with them, just using video, because that's going to help you. You can also then, if you decide that you want to make a move on a property without having actually physically walked in it, you can do a stipulation in the contract that says that the contract is contingent upon you actually walking the home at some point prior to closing. And so with that, again, I know that it can be scary to walk out, like to just go out and be in someone else's home. You don't know who's been in their home. So it's really, when you go out, it's time to put the gloves on, take your shoes off before you walk in the door, just basically doing everything you can to be as safe and healthy as you go through this process. And again, I know it can be scary if you're wondering about mortgage rates, if you're wondering if you still apply. I know that a lot of people, their jobs are in flux right now. And so that can be, that can make purchasing a home difficult or near impossible, but it's also just continuing to have those open conversations with your lender to know what you are able to do or to see whether maybe you actually need to wait until we get to the other side of this thing. Now, when it comes to doing selling during this time, digital marketing and having a virtual tour of your home is more important now than it ever has been. People are getting online more. They have more time on their hands. So they are online, they are scrolling, they are looking, and you need to ensure, because I understand that there are still times where you still have to make moves. Like life still has to move forward. And so if you are looking to sell, it's making sure that you have an agent who has a very strategic digital marketing plan. Having an agent that says, I post on Facebook, that is not enough. Just posting on Facebook is not going to get the job done. You need to make sure that not only do you still have professional photography and videography done in your home, but you need to make sure that you have a virtual walking tour of your home. Because if people are going to want to come tour your home, your layout's not going to be a fit for everybody. It's just not. And that's okay. We want to make sure that we're targeting the buyers who are most likely going to be the best buyer and bring you the best terms. So you want to have a layout of your home so that people can virtually walk through to know that to see if it is a fit. And if it is, then we have safeguards in place for when it comes time to actually doing the tours. Again, we can request that the listing agent, if they need to bring the buyer, we can request that they take their shoes off at the door. We can have a box of gloves for them to wear. And then we can also ensure that you go ahead and you leave open any doors, any closets, any cabinets, anything that a buyer is likely to want to look, so that way they're not even having to touch anything. And then just again, having a sign that's printed as they walk in the door that says, please, during this, unprecedented times, we're asking respectfully that you keep your hands to yourself, touch as little as possible. And that's not being rude. That's just, again, we have to do everything we can to keep everybody safe. So ultimately it is just making sure that we put those safeguards in place. And, circling back to the digital marketing piece of it, again, buyers are online and you need an agent who knows where the buyers are, where they're looking, and then how to properly target them. Because again, just posting it on your Facebook page, just posting it, on your own business Instagram page, that is not enough. There is a whole back end of Facebook that you need to use in order to properly reach and target where we know that buyers are looking. And how do you know where buyers are looking? Well, every year, the National Association of Realtors puts out a buyer and seller report, and it's using that data that we know where the buyers are, which platforms they're on, and how to properly target them and get your property in front of them. Because during this time, when it comes to selling, we still want to ensure that you are getting the best offer, you're getting the best terms, because the last thing that you want to do is feel like you're getting cheated in this process. Because unlike 2008, the real estate market is still moving forward. Right now, what we're dealing with the economy, we're dealing with an outside factor that's causing all sorts of chaos versus the economy from within melting down like it did in 2008 when the real estate and mortgage markets just started falling apart. So, because we're dealing with an outside entity, we can look to other outside entities that have caused economic problems in the past, like the dot-com crash, the going back to 9/11. We can look at the trends that happened then and use those to kind of follow through this time. And the good news is real estate is still moving forward. There is still a strong buyer demand. And at the end of the day, people still need places to live. That is one thing that's not going to go away. So if you are interested, if you are thinking about making a move, whether you're looking to buy, whether you're looking to sell, if you have questions, you can always reach out to me. If you're looking to buy, we can do a virtual video conference, and we can even loop a lender into it just so that you feel like you have all of the knowledge that you need in order to make the decision that is best for you at this time. And if you are a seller, we can do the same thing. We can do a FaceTime, you walk through the property so that I can see it that way without ever having to come into it initially, to limit just the exposure from outside people coming inside your home. And then again, we are still going to make sure that, you're getting those virtual tours, because again, they're more important now than ever before. And we're going to make sure that it is properly being marketed online in order to make sure that your home is still reaching the masses, because One of the things that are working to sellers' advantages right now is people have more time on their hand. People are still looking. People are online more than ever before. So we want to make sure that we're meeting those buyers where they are. So again, if you have any questions about buying and selling during this time, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. I am still doing video conference calls just to keep you up to date on what's going on. And I'm also continuing to just constantly research and stay on top of what industry experts are saying, so then I can relay it to you so that you can just make the best decision for you and your family. Again, if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me, and I will be back next Thursday. Have a great day.